given. Okay, they have clearly mentioned in the if you refer what I am actually referring now. Okay, that is your unit number 2. So let me zoom it little bit so that we can relate whatever things we have covered today. So we have covered the entire unit 1 today. So we have seen all this payroll, new one-click monitoring, production payroll, off-cycle, manage policy, manage processes. Okay, these things unit 1 we have completely done. So in the RBP part, whatever we have seen till now, those that is your RBP for your HR system admin or the EC admin, which I told to you. Okay. Now currently we are in this particular second exercises, which I was talking about, set up the role-based permissions for those payroll system manager. Okay. So I will recommend to go through the unit exercises, and the solutions are also there in the latter chapter. Okay. So you can view it. But whatever I'm showing you, this is actually the entry point, like payroll permissions, what are the things will be there and what permissions to be given to whom. Okay. So you have to whenever you are setting up the RBP, you have to take care of it. Okay. So in the payroll integration permission, depending upon what are the permission are given, data replication, whether it means that person should be able to replicate the data, means whatever schedule programming your point-to-point replication program you're scheduling. Okay. So generally that is also given to your system administrator. Okay. So using his ID, generally those programs runs and all. Okay. So these are the different integration permission we do have. Employee payroll run results means you can view your results. You can view your historical results as well for payroll. Okay. You can, what are the actions you can do? You can create, insert, or correct, delete any of these things. Okay. All those permissions can be given to the employee, sorry, the payroll process manager. Okay. Similarly, there are some data maintenance tasks. Okay, like payroll related data in the employee central. Okay. Any data maintenance task configurations. That means what are the tasks you are just configuring in the unified configuration, whether that permission to be given or not. So what I have done generally in the typical project, suppose if it is a payroll process administrator, I give all the permission. Okay, suppose I'm a payroll administrator, simply blindly I will go payroll permissions, payroll integration permission, payroll control center, all the permissions I generally give it. Then some limited access to the payroll process manager. So generally I prefer that way. Okay, so that is the way I follow generally. So the third one is regarding a payroll control center. So this is very typical, those what are the tabs we have seen. Okay, as for the SAP recommendations, I have followed the same steps here. Only my processes, manage policies, and my off cycle. This 4 access is given to the your payroll manager or payroll process manager or payroll system manager. Okay, and the remaining 4 can be given to the payroll administrator. Or if it is a super administrator, you can give all the access. You can simply select all and give all the access to him. Okay, so that is the concept of your payroll control center permissioning. Okay. Then next one is your SAP system configuration. So when I'm saying SAP system configuration, that means you will be having a backend access to your EC payroll. Like you should be able to configure those your wage types, or your generally the consulting people they will
But
give it.
te-
Yeah.
tell me this, SAP system configuration, how will you restrict from success factors? That is a separate user ID or a separate role in the EC payroll system, isn't it? That's at a different level. Uh, you know what I'm saying? For example,
Hmm.
if someone has to configure
Hmm.
EC payroll, all the wage types, processing
Hmm.
classes,
Hmm.
etc., etc., that
Hmm.
cannot be restricted from here.
Okay, so that you can give. There is another set of permissions, right, in the
Yeah,
backend. Your those
that's
SU0
EC payroll. That has
EC.
no correlation with this.
No, that is not having correlations. But those system acts, when I say SAP system configuration, means you should be able to log in your backend system and you have those basic transition depending upon your role. This is actually one way. Okay, even if you're giving it, still in the backend system, that is your EC payroll system, you have to go to your SU01 and you have to give those corresponding roles and permission. That again you have to give. It's not like it will, if you are given is that directly you will not be able to access the backend system. So both the permission you have to give for that person. Okay, that is the concept here. You got it?
Yep.
Okay. So this is regarding the this SAP system configurations. And as I was mentioning, there is another set of configuration in the admin side. Okay, so even if it is an admin, so you'll be seeing such kind of another SAP system configuration. It is both are again from an admin point of view, another user permission. So that permission again you have to give it here. So that will be coming around. I will show you. Manage SAP system configurations. Where it is, configure email, service center, admin center permissions, check tool. Yeah, this is the one. Manage SAP system configuration. So that means you will be having access to the again the SAP system configuration. So what is the difference between these two? This is again first of whatever I have shown to you. This was again related to suppose only the pay slip or form 16, all those related running a report and all. But this will be giving to the entire more access. But provided you have access to SU01 and those whatever roles you have configured in by your SAP basis consultant. Okay, both should coexist, then only you will be having the full privilege. Otherwise, system will be giving some error in the backend system. So you'll be giving saying some permission is not there still. Okay, so you should have both. To you have if you are having both this permission, then only you will be able to check all those things. Okay, and another permission is called check tool. So this check tool, I think you have already told you have used it, right?
This one, check to,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking into it. What is it about? No.
Okay, so check tool actually I have kept it at another topic anyway. So check tool means
Let's
so
let's let's do it. I mean, other time. I was
okay.
wondering, Niladri. Could you? You said Unit 1 we saw PCC, right? And
Mhm.
Unit 2 is where you have all the exercises related to RBP, correct?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So can I do this? See, I also don't want to get overwhelmed with
Hmm.
all these topics and knowledge which you are passing on to me. Uh,
Hmm.
I mean, I read 1 to 72 yesterday, and what I'll
Okay.
do, I'll just
Hmm.
go through the whole Unit 1
Sure,
and
sure.
what was your intention about RBP? You wanted us to do that exercise together, or you wanted me to go through that first and then chat about it? What's your
No, my intention was to explain first, like the permissions, whatever I've already explained. Okay, so at least I've explained that. Then you have to just go through it in the exercises file. Suppose if you go to this particular topic, they have
yeah?
explained like what are the permissions generally given. So in this admin guide, they will be telling like what are the permissions generally given. But whatever I'm showing in the system, actually you can change. So like the individual permission I explaining. Okay, so if you see, go
So
through the.
can we do this? I mean, what
Hmm.
I'll do, I'll go through Unit 1 anyway.
Okay.
I'll also go through Unit 2 as well today
Hmm.
and tomorrow,
Hmm.
since tomorrow we won't be meeting.
Okay.
And
Okay.
and and I'm sure. I mean, I understand these basic concepts, and it's coming
Hmm.
back to me the way you were showing permission
Okay.
roles and permission
Hmm.
groups. Basically,
Hmm. Hmm.
permission group is a higher umbrella, and
Yeah.
one permission group can have multiple permission roles, right? And at
Yes.
permission role, you can configure. So what I'll
Hmm.
do, I'll try
Hmm.
to read as much as I can, and
Okay.
wherever you are leaving off, we can
Hmm.
start and address some peculiar questions because I don't
Sure.
want to rush into it today. However, I
Okay.
want to align my thoughts first around this whole topic. I mean, if we want to restrict
Hmm. Hmm.
based on pay group
Hmm. Hmm.
or things like that, the typical
Sure.
permissions
Sure.
in payroll,
Hmm.
around that. So that we can catch up on Saturday. What do you think? And take
Definitely.
it further.
Sure, sure. Then I will follow the same thing. Okay. So on Saturday we will go for this. Okay. So whatever I've till unit one I've covered, you just go through that. Okay, as you have mentioned. And unit two onwards, whatever the permission is already there. Some of the things already they're given the solutions like as for the best practices they have explained. What other things are there? Just I'm showing in the live system. Nothing much I am here doing it here. Okay. So thing is only you have to understand like what happens in what configurations, what are the permissions. Suppose I'm talking about payroll control center configuration. Okay, so by this permission, system will, whatever I've explained, you will be able to do a configuration in the PCC. Okay, suppose if you are given a permission access. Okay, so those details are there, nothing much. Okay, so in the exercise also you'll be finding like this. So at the end they put up exercises here like this: set up a role-based permission for payroll system manager. Okay, and step by step the solution also they have given. Nothing great here. Okay, it's not very challenging as well. Okay, so same thing I have already put it my slide, but from that is from a live system. Whatever they have given in a SAP system, but I have shown from a live system. So say same will follow, Lokesh, as you have suggested. Okay, we'll not rush
That's
and
good, right?
yeah, that's good. Yeah,
You are okay with it because
yeah, that's good.
see,
Hmm.
I mean, my idea is not again to jump through the topics, but
Hmm.
RBP is something which I had never ever explored to
Okay,
great
okay.
detail. But
Hmm.
I will do some my homework, read
Hmm.
on it, and then
Hmm.
we'll uh, 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 take it further wherever we are leaving
Sure.
today. And I'm
Definitely.
sure, I mean, even though I'm a bit occupied here these days
Mm-hmm.
with my personal stuff, but
Hmm.
I would have read through Unit 1 and Unit 2 for
Hmm.
Saturday.
Okay, okay, okay. That is understood. No, not a problem. So you can just take your time, okay, and we will proceed accordingly. Okay, so not a problem. Okay, we will do start again. Nothing much. So from admin side, so as you have not explored RBP as I was mentioning, so in the presentation also you can directly see all those things, even whatever in the exercises file or if you will be seeing those things also I've explained by in the screenshot. You can see all these things whatever I've said with you. Those details also already there. Like do not have to go into system and like if you're having to access to system that's well and good. Otherwise in the presentation
Hey Niladri, I can't hear you. Hello.
yeah, yes, I think some audio just stopped for a
Yeah, yeah,
second.
yeah.
Okay, okay. So, okay, so then we will stop here. So,
Yes, and if you can share today's or yesterday's recording, even
okay,
though there wasn't much in detail in terms of configuration, but I
hmm,
would visit few topics here and there
okay,
just to get some sense out of it.